must find Philadelphia much changed, Mr. Jefferson.
More changed than I would have imagined, Mr. Hamilton. Not the city itself. All cities swallow everything in their way. That's no surprise to me, and that's why I bought them. But I have been, as you know, to revolutionary France, where the streets are filled with songs of liberty and brotherhood and overthrow of ancient tyrannies of Europe, and to return here to our cradle of revolution, where all the dinner table chat is about banks and trade and credit and authorities and unwelcome surprise.
Unwelcome perhaps, but necessary.
I must admit, Mr. Hamilton, that I am a little uncertain as to the purpose of the Treasury Department. No doubt its function will reveal itself to me in good time.
The future prosperity of this nation rests chiefly in trade. Trade depends, among other things, on the willingness of other nations to lend us money.
And how do you propose to establish international credit?
Our first step would be to incur national debt. And to that end, I recommended to the President that Congress adopts all the debts incurred by individual states during the war through the National Bank. The idea being that if states owe Congress money, the other nations would feel more inclined to lend it to us.
If the states are indebted to a central authority, it increases the power of the central government.
There you have it exactly. The greater is government's responsibility, the greater is authority.
The moneyed interest in this country is all in the north, so the wealth and power would inevitably be concentrated there, in the federal government, to the expense of the south.
If that is the case, it is unavoidable if the Union is to be preserved.
I fear that our revolution has been in vain if a Virginia farmer is to be held in hock to a New York stock jobber, who in turn is held in hock to a London banker. The opportunities for avarice and corruption would certainly prove irresistible.
Well, there you have it. As I have heard said, if men were angels, no government would be necessary.